Hey everyone, this is Quinn Pettifer with the Gazette, and you are watching the 2021 Her Women of Achievement honoree interviews sponsored by Farmer State Bank. Thank you, FSB, for sponsoring not only this video series, but all of the Her Women of Achievement events for this year. And this is a chance for us to get to know our honorees. You're going to be celebrating them through our virtual platform throughout the week. But this is a chance to dive a little deeper beyond the bio. And with me today is honoree Abbie Otten. Abbie, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, I have to say, so Abbie, you are with Collins Aerospace. That's your day job, your full-time gig. I love the nomination that your colleague Sydney Brady, who was with you at Collins Aerospace, submitted, because it really demonstrates that even though you work together in one capacity for one company, there is recognition of how much you do and take your work and your passion into the community. I don't know if you've had a chance to check out all the fun things that Sydney had to share, but it was just amazing. So kudos to Sydney and kudos to your dynamic partnership there at Collins Aerospace.
Thank you.
So I want to talk a little bit about your story. We're going to go into a lot of your community work. Again, we were all so amazed at just the tremendous amount of advocacy you do for STEM, for Girl Scouts, for engineering, just so many opportunities, especially for our youth and for other women. But let's get to know you a little bit first. So tell me, where do you come from? Where do you hail from? What brought you here?
Yeah, I am originally from Vinton, Iowa, and started my college at the University of Iowa. Go Hawks, right?
Yeah. I always wait to see who before my alumni hat comes on.
I was at Iowa until my junior year, and kind of discovered after that I was just in the wrong field. Wasn't really confident about where to go, and was recommended to apply for a job. So I actually left education for 2 years and became a flight attendant, lived in New York, and traveled the world. And
I have such admiration for that. That is so cool.
From Vinton, Iowa to New York, it was quite a leap, but it was just so exciting and wonderful. And after a couple years, I identified where to go next, and I moved to Missouri, finished my bachelor's at Missouri State University, met my husband, lived in St. Louis for well over a decade, where, as you kind of mentioned, I led my daughter's Girl Scout troop. I was the neighborhood Girl Scout manager, so kind of leading the leaders there for a little bit, taught Sunday school, worked with the PTA, led a girls robotics team for several years, and then gained a lot of certifications for Girl Scouts to be able to take those city girls out into the campsites and canoe and archery and all those other experiences that they could have.
That is so cool. Well, in full circle. So you know, hail from Iowa. You hit some of my favorite cities, New York, St. Louis, and here you are. So let's talk a little bit about the last couple of years and your current involvement, because I know the list is plentiful and I will not do it justice. So tell me what you're involved in and what you're doing with the community.
Yeah, currently I work for Collins Aerospace, so I was fortunate that just got connected with a fantastic job, moved back here to Cedar Rapids, and I am currently an HR business partner for Collins. For the past few years, I've supported the Coralville operations site, which is just a fantastic group of people, and there I was able to work to develop the Women's Forum group there. It was their first employee resource group, where we brought a lot of presenters in to kind of excite and engage and develop some of the employees. We hosted an annual Introduce a Girl to Engineering event, which is dear to my heart. I love STEM, so it was great to bring in those high school girls every year and have a full day of hands-on activities for them. And Collins supports that through so many sites, but it developed a lot of pride for us to kind of share with them what we do. Also, in my true nature, I guess, I became the Girl Scout leader for my daughter's troop here. Joined the PTA as a communications individual there, and just kind of volunteer here and there when I'm able.
For everything that, well, one, congratulations for, I know Collins is they have such an impressive lineup of employee resource groups. I've worked with them in Cedar Rapids primarily, and to know that that the team in Coralville was able to start to develop some of that programming on their own with their own team was impressive enough, and then to extend it to do that day of engineering and opportunities for young women is just such an amazing accomplishment. You should be so proud. And still with the Girl Scouts, which is fantastic. I have to ask, so with all of these roles, a lot of this is stuff that you don't have to do, right? I mean, like, you're a mom, you're involved with the kiddos, you do an excellent job at Collins, but you don't have to go above and beyond. Like, what inspires you to, like, what's inspired you to take on so much extra?
I would have to say I just love being a part of positive change, whether it's big or small, and a lot of times it's small, but the troop here in Cedar Rapids, we just went camping. They'd never been camping before. My daughter had, but we went for the first time, and to see them do some of those things for the first time was just amazing. And they introduced a girl to engineering to get feedback from the schools and the kids that participate, that they've developed new interests because of it. It's so rewarding. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, with all of these roles, all of these things that you've managed, I know that especially the last year, there have been some challenges in keeping that momentum going, to keep seeing it through, and especially what you're doing with so many young adults and wanting to keep them engaged. How have you managed those challenges?
Zoom, so much Zoom.
Zoom's been your friend. Yep. You do it very well. I can tell you're a veteran Zoomer.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Finding opportunities where we can be outside safely and social distanced and masked. A lot of our meetings were via Zoom, where we invited presenters and other people to kind of speak, and then parents picked up bags of supplies ahead of time so we could do hands-on activities in relation to, like, the Girl Scouts. For Coralville site, for our Introduce a Girl to Engineering, it was done virtually this year, which was a huge shift in a different direction, but it was kind of similar. We sent out backpacks full of supplies to the sites, and did virtual presenting with hands-on activities, and then some other things that they could do in the classroom at home as well. So you kind of find a way, right?
Yeah, especially when the passion's there. Absolutely. Yeah. So Abbie, this is one of my favorite parts of the interview. We're going to do a little speed round to get to know you. So first question is favorite author or book?
Oh geez, I don't know that I have a favorite. I typically have a few different books going at any one time. Currently I'm reading Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. I'm reading The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. So that's a secondary book to A Handmaid's Tale. And then very, very slowly, almost painfully so, my daughter and I are slowly getting through the Harry Potter books at bedtime.
That's a wide variety of book interest there.
All over
you keep it personal. I love it. That's great. Best advice you've ever received?
I would say be adventurous and take chances. I think in my experience, personally and professionally, kind of my best things that have come out of life have been taking those things that kind of scare you initially, but are the right thing to do.
Got the biggest payoff in the end, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Who's your hero? Who inspires you?
Kind of like my favorite book. I have so many people. I have such great people in my life that I admire for such a variety of different reasons. My mom, she's like the hardest worker you've ever seen, and she loves to travel and try new things. My dad has a crazy, fantastic sense of humor, and he's like the most generous person you'll meet. My husband is calming, and I hope he won't see this, but he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. That will go to his head.
I'll deny it. We'll deny it. Don't worry.
But I have a lot of heroes.
That's awesome. A great support network. It sounds like great group of fans. That's great. Favorite place to eat or shop local?
Oh, I love to shop. My favorite local is the Create Exchange in Czech Village.
Oh, good one. Yes.
So, as a troop leader and just a person that loves crafts and creativity in general, it's so great to reuse, but just your mind can go wild there of what you can do and create.
So as a non-crafty person, I am not a crafty person. I admire everybody that can be. I love that store too. I love just being inspired. I'm like, I could maybe do that. I could put that. No, I couldn't, but I'll support it. It's so cool. It gets the brain going. Just all the fun things you can do with materials you never would have put together.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so this is a curveball question here. Was not on the original list, but we're throwing it out there. Favorite ice cream, just because we're getting into summer and ice cream season. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla is my favorite, but only because you can chalk so much different stuff on top of it.
Right? It's like a blank canvas. You can do so much.
Wherever whatever your personality for that day or whatever you want to do can take you. You can have strawberries or chocolate. Yes.
That's great. A good answer. Good answer. Well, Abbie, I know I know your colleagues, whether that be at Collins Aerospace or in the many things that you're involved with in terms of community and outreach. Everyone is so proud of what you do. And leadership is about going above and beyond. And I know that you're here because of your just ability to go above and beyond and to adjust accordingly, even in the times of challenge. I mean, you never missed a beat with any of the groups that you're involved in. And I know that the young people that you inspire and work with and lead greatly appreciate that. And I know that their families greatly appreciate that, because at a time when everybody was so there was such uncertainty and it was a stressful situation, to have some sort of sense of familiarity and to be able to connect, that is something that I know those young people are going to take with them for the rest of their lives, and that's because of you. So congratulations, and much deserved award here. So very proud of you.
I'm
absolutely. Well, I'm going to give you now the floor. If you want to just anything that you want to say on behalf of the receiving the Her Women of Achievement Award. So go right ahead.
Well, I just want to say how humbled and amazed I am at all the people who have been recognized this year and in past years. It just brings so much weight to the award itself. I'm incredibly honored. And then I just want to say thank you to the Women's Forum Committee in Coralville. I am so happy to not only just work with them, but know them. Such a great group of smart, strong, supportive, incredible people that have helped me along my path. Couldn't say enough good things.
Well, and they can't say enough good things about you too. So they they love you, and they are very proud of you. So congratulations again, and thank you for all you're doing for the community. Coralville, your support is regional wide, but I have a special place in my heart. I used to live in Coralville, love it. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much for being a part of Her Women of Achievement.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Absolutely. You too. And thanks to our viewers for tuning in to another edition of our 2021 Her Women of Achievement honoree interview, sponsored by Farmer State Bank and FSB. We have such a cool group of women that we are celebrating this week. Abbie and the team, everybody keep tuning in, and we'll see you next time.